Good morning, everyone. I feel like I have to talk really quietly. I'm inside the church, see? And I'm the only one here. So, strangely enough, it makes me feel like I have to be very, very quiet. How y'all doing this morning? Are you doing good? All right. So, we are in our first week of Lent. And if you had the opportunity to meet with me on Ash Wednesday, we had the chance to talk a little bit about some of the things that have been hurting us or bothering us over the course of the pandemic. You know, we've been stuck at home. We haven't had a lot of sports. We haven't had a lot of friends around. We haven't been able to do the things we would normally want to be able to do. So we did our best to try to express that on Ash Wednesday. And now I kind of left you hanging, right? We tore up our paper and we kind of just left it at that. So make sure that whatever you do, like go out and grab your paper. So this time around for today's lesson, we need the paper that we had on Ash Wednesday. And you're going to still need a pencil or crayons or multiple crayons this time around and some tape, okay? Clear tape, Scotch tape hanging around, okay? But before we get into today's message, the first thing I really want to do with you is to give us a chance to center ourselves. And one of the ways that we can do that is we can center ourselves through our breathing. So I want you just to take a moment with me here now, and I want us to breathe in. And when we do it, I want you to breathe in slowly through your nose. And remember that when we breathe in oxygen, that life-giving oxygen that helps our bodies and it helps us to calm our minds. It helps our bodies do the things they need to do. So let's do that now. Let's breathe in through our nose. And then I want you to slowly hold it for a second and then breathe out through your mouth. Okay. It's calming. We need to do this whenever we feel like we are stressed out or upset or things just aren't going the way we need them to. Sometimes it just helps to pause and to breathe in. But breathing does more than just give us oxygen and push out the carbon dioxide from our body. It also allows us to bring God into our bodies as well. It helps us to breathe in the Spirit. And I want you to hear these words from Job. The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. That is from Job 33, verse 4. So I want to do this a few more times with you, and we're going to go ahead and do this quick breathing exercise, okay? So first, I want you to take in a slow, deep breath through your nose. Close your eyes if you want. Hold it for a moment. And then I want you to sigh it out. Let's do that a couple more times. And one more time with me, please. You guys are awesome. All right. So on Ash Wednesday, we had the opportunity to talk about and identify the things that have hurt us, right? We talked a little bit about that, and we talked about what it was that was hurting us, and we really tried to be honest about it, right? Because we talked about how a doctor can't heal us if we can't tell the doctor what's really bothering us. So the first thing we wanted to do was to be honest with ourselves and be honest with God and tell them what was really, really bothering us. And we wrote it down on a piece of paper. And for my friends that are new here who haven't had the opportunity to join us yet, you can do this exercise with me now quickly if you'd like. We'll go through the whole lesson, or you can go back and watch our Ash Wednesday lesson and do this with us too. But we took our piece of paper and we wrote on it what was bothering us, what was hurting us. And then we did our best to try to erase it or just get rid of it. And we did that by trying to erase whatever we wrote, or we tried to crumple it up and throw it away, and we ripped it up. But no matter what we did, we couldn't get rid of the hurt, right? It was still there. It's still part of who we are. It's still part of what we do. So today, I want to go through and talk a little bit more about how we might be able to fix this. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take these two smaller sheets, right? We ripped it up. And if you look really, 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 and I don't even think you can even see that in there anymore. Oh, I can kind of see my little person. You see my little stick person on there? That was my drawing. I miss my people. I miss my friends. I missed you. I've missed my church family. So I drew them kind of on here. And so what I want you to do now is to take your paper and I want you to flatten it out. Try to flatten it as best as you can. Like get all those wrinkles out. Let's flatten this out. Try to smooth it as much as we possibly can. Both pieces, okay? And I'm doing this along with you. I'm trying my best to flatten this out. I didn't leave this someplace that would make this a really easy task for me today. All right, so let's go ahead and let's make sure we really flatten this out. And then once we have flattened this out as best as we can, I then want you to go ahead and get that tape. So we have tape, and I want you to tape it back together. Okay, and we want to try to see if we can't get those two pieces of paper to go back together again. So let me see if I can figure out which way mine goes. And I would tape it on the side that has your drawing on it, okay? For right now, let's go ahead and just try to tape this back together as best we can. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll hopefully come back together a little bit. So I'm just taking my clear tape and I am taping this back together in some crazy way, shape, or form. Oh, almost. So there, see? I've taped my paper back together. It's not perfect by any means. It's actually still kind of a mess. If I look at it, I can now very easily, I can see it from here. You guys probably can't see my drawing very well, but I can still see my drawing. It's ripped down the middle. I now have tape down the middle, which kind of makes this side of the paper kind of useless to draw on. At least I can draw on either side, I guess, but I can still see my hurt. I can still see the things that were bothering me. But there's something really important now about this piece of paper. Well, I look on the side that we've mended and I see the things that are there. What I want you guys to understand is, or ask is really, are we stuck like this? Are we stuck with these hurts and with these things and this rip and this tape now down the middle and all these bumps? Do we have to be stuck this way? And the answer is actually no. We don't have to be stuck this way. See, we're given a unique opportunity with God that most people might miss when they see something like this. And that opportunity is we get to turn the page, right? Now on this side of the page, there's no tape down the middle of my paper, actually. And from the video, actually, from my video feed, it actually looks pretty good. Like you can't see the rip anymore. I can see it here, of course, but you can't really see the rip. It's not the most perfect piece of paper. It definitely has been, used. It's been wrinkled and it's pretty well wrinkled at this point. But, it's still a blank page. And it means we can start again. We can try again. Now, this never means that the things that bothered us aren't there, right? They're still there. It's on the other side. I can see that we tried our best to get rid of it. I can see all of our efforts for doing that. But it's still a fresh sheet of paper. It's still a fresh chance to do something different, to do something new, and to try again. So what I want you to do here in a few minutes, I want you to go ahead, take your pencil or your crayons or many crayons, if you have lots of different crayons, and I want you to draw a different picture. I want you to draw a uplifting picture, something that is happy and exciting for you. I want you to write a message to somebody. If you're home with your mom or your brother or your sister, write them a message. Give them something uplifting and hopeful. My girls do this for me all the time. My whole house is plastered in images that my children draw to make me feel better. So let's draw ourselves a really quick picture, like use this time, draw a quick picture or do something, write some words on there. Use the wrinkles to your advantage. If you are coloring or something like that and you like color over the top of it, you might find that you have that opportunity now to use those wrinkles as a way to make your image even more beautiful. It's how we take our experiences and make things even better. So I'm going ahead, I'm just going to draw some stuff here. I am not the artist in my family or in the group or in this world, but there are a few things that I know how to draw that make me happy. So I will draw a few things. All right. So I've drawn a few things here on my paper. Let's see if I can get you guys to see them a little bit. I have a rainbow. I have the word love, a heart. I wrote the word God. And I think I even have some balloons on there too. So while I'm not the best artist, these are things that make me happy. And it's a unique opportunity that we have, that we get to turn that page. And the lesson here too is that God does the same thing for us. He gives us that opportunity to turn the page, to take our experiences and turn them into something positive and something good. And the other thing to know is that God doesn't ever throw us away. So just like you guys didn't throw away this piece of paper for me, and we were able to repair it and do something really good with it on the other side, God does the same thing. He never throws us away. The beauty of God's love is that it transforms. It can transform our hurts and our pains and the things that we miss and transform it into the things that we love and bring us back together in the way that we need to be brought together. Okay? So next week, we no longer need our little piece of paper because we've now shown what we've done here. But next week, we will continue our message of healing and how we will be able to do that moving forward with some comfort. Okay, so this weekend, I want you just to remember that God's love, it transforms us. It begins and it helps us to heal. It helps us take our hurts and turn it into something beautiful. Okay, now if you would please, I'd like you to be in an attitude of prayer. Loving God, we come to you with hearts, hands, minds, and souls in need of your healing touch. Heal us from the inside out so that we may reach out to help and heal your world. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye, everyone.